Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm your host, Eric Su.
I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to stay up to date with the latest marketing trends and news. Neil, what are your thoughts?
The simplest way is just reading blogs like Moz, Search Engine Land, Search Engine Journal, Marketing Land. Just checking out those blogs on a regular basis, you'll be able to stay up to date with the news and trends. Marketing Land, Search Engine Land, and Search Engine Journal, they do a good job of just talking about the news. Moz, especially Dr. Pete, who works at Moz, does a great job of analyzing the news and talking about what kind of impact it's going to have on your business. So, for example, if Google rolls out a new update, he'll talk about what people are seeing, how it's affecting, what's the data so far, and what kind of impact it's going to have or not have on your business.
Great. And then I think I'll also start off with some blogs too. I mean, if you're on the SEO front of things, Backlinko, he doesn't publish as much, but when he does publish, he will publish something that is related to trends on the SEO front. I think he recently did a very in-depth case study on 1 million results for SEO. And that one was really well received. And generally, when he does something, it's very strategic, and he also has a lot of how-tos. It's very practical at the same time. So Backlinko is great. Conversion XL is great for conversion rate optimization. Unbounce keeps up to date with their marketing trends and news. And then I think Neil, you talked about Search Engine Land, right, and Marketing Land. On the Facebook side of things, I really like looking at johnloomer.com. So that's JONLOOMER.com, and then digitalmarketer.com. They do a really good job with their podcast and then their blog as well. So that's it for the blogs, I think. But from a tactical perspective, I mean, Neil, how do you go about consuming this content?
Sure. So when it comes to consuming it, I just add the blogs to like a feed reader, or if they have an email subscription, I subscribe to them. And I know it can be overwhelming, so I add it to roll-up through unroll.me. I think it's unroll.me. So then that way it just all shows up in one email and makes it very easy to digest. The other thing that you want to do is, and this is a quick bonus for you guys, don't just look at blogs and the news that's coming out. Look at each of these companies' developer blogs, right? So for example, Facebook has a developer blog, and on there they'll talk about new features that they're rolling out. When you see these blogs and talking about the new features, it'll give you the heads up on some of the tactics that you could be leveraging, because these news sites don't cover every little thing. But if Facebook developers blog talks about how they're developing Facebook Live, for example, I know it's already out, but hypothetically, if they're writing about that, you could just go on there and start becoming the first one to be leveraging it, right? And usually when these blogs start releasing, or these companies release new features, at least with Facebook, like if you go on live, you notice that you get way more engagement than if you just put a random post. Same with ads. If you use a video ad for some reason, the cost is much lower on average than if you just had a text-based ad.
Love it. And I'm actually staring at my phone right now just to see what marketing podcasts I typically listen to. I do like I think it's called Unemployable by Brian Clark from Copyblogger. And then there are some other ones that I really like. I'm just scrolling through it right now. A lot of these are business. Gary Vee, actually, he talks a lot about social marketing. So the Ask a Gary Vee show, that one's also really good. Marketing Quickie show, this one might have changed actually, but this is Russell Brunson's podcast where he talks for 5 minutes in his car. There's always great nuggets in there. Obviously, our podcast right here, we talk about marketing, and then there's also I don't want to forget to mention Neil's blogs too. You got quicksprout.com and you have neilpatel.com, and then there's also a host of other stuff that we do. Pat Flynn is also a very great one, a good one, A Smart Passive Income. And then there is mywifequitherjob.com, and that one is mostly e-commerce focused. So there's a lot of marketing podcasts in general. Those are just a couple that we recommend. But Neil talked about the benefit of using feeds. So I'll just tell you what I do when I look at my phone in the morning. So I have Feedly. This is where I connect to all my favorite marketing blogs. And also at the same time, for Chrome, I use a little tool called Panda. So Panda, it's usepanda.com. So it's panda like the bear. And whenever I open a new tab, there's going to be 3 new feeds that pop up. with my favorite blogs. It could be Marketing Land, could be Hacker News, could be Moz, and I'm allowed to switch to Inbound, Growth Hackers, and all these other ones. So I basically have these feeds popping up, and at the very least, I can see these headlines and I can save them for later. And I also will use Feedly to save stuff to Pocket so I can read for later. So Pocket is basically where I can, it's basically a save for later app that I can take a look at later in the day when it's not as crazy, maybe during the night when I'm winding down. So those are just a couple things that I do. But Neil, anything else to add from your side?
Sure. If you're trying to really stay up with trends, the best way isn't just from reading, it's by doing. Because you won't know how these trends can impact businesses. Reading one person's viewpoint doesn't give you a real overview, doesn't give you firsthand experience. What I like doing is have your own blog or website. Even if your goal is not to make money, that's okay. But as a marketer, you can learn by having your own website, by just looking at your analytics and trends and see what happens to your own sites as you build links, or as Google rolls out a Penguin update, or as Facebook changes something with their fan pages and you're like, oh, we're getting less traffic now. Let me test different types of content, right? In other words, you need to actually partake in marketing yourself with your own website or a test website that you can mess around with to really figure out, hey, what's happening when these algorithms tweak things here or there.
All right, that's it for this episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.